Hello and welcome to the channel Computer Classes by Rachna. Today we will be talking about linked lists. There are different types of linked list, and linked list is a data structure which is of linear type. Linear type means that all the nodes can be accessed in a continuous manner which might not be stored in continuous memory location, but they are accessed in a particular sequence. So this is the basic structure of a node of a linked list, which has a data type and a pointer next, which points to the address of the next node. So this data type can be as simple as an integer, as you can see in the diagram. We have given 10, and next is a pointer which points to the address of the next element. So it could be an integer value, or it could be a complete set of values like a structure. So roll number, name, total, percentage, this all could be one node and would be part of the data for a node, and next is a pointer which points to the next value. So how do we declare a node? In this node, we can create roll number of type integer as a structure, which also includes name of type character, which includes total of type int, it includes percentage of type float, and it includes a pointer of the same structure node. So it is struct node pointer. So this is struct node pointer. Can you see that? So this is struct node pointer, and it is pointing to the structure of the same type. So this is struct node pointer next, and then the structure is closed. This is how this particular node is created. And if it is a simple node which is of type integer, we will take struct node int element and then struct node pointer next will point to a structure which is of the same type. This is how we create a single node. Now this is the single linked list, which includes 3 nodes, and it has a special pointer which is called as head or start. And if this first node is having the value 5 and it is pointing to the next element which is 1, then it is pointing to the next address which is 10. So we have 2 parts for every node: integer part, int element, and next. Next is a pointer which points to the next element. How it points? Through the address only. So address of the first node is 1000, address of second node is 1050, and address of third node is 3015. So head or start will contain the address of the first node, which is 1000. The next of first node will contain the address of the next node, which is 1. So address of 1 is 1050, it is stored here in next. The address of 10 is 3015, it is stored in the next of the second node. And the last node have the next value as null, because the next does not exist for the last node. It does not have any next node. That's why the last node next pointer is always null. So this is how we represent a single linked list. Then we have double linked list also. The double linked list would include different types of nodes that we would do further, and there are different operations for the linked list. These all operations are shown here, so we will discuss them one by one. The operations on the linked list are creating a single linked list, adding a node at the beginning of the list, adding a node at the end of the list, adding a node at any particular position of the list, deleting a node from the beginning of the list, deleting a node from the end of the list, deleting a node from a particular position in the list, and searching an element from the list. And then last is traversing the list. So all of these operations are related to linked list. How do we create a node? We have already done creating the first node. So first we declare this structure, all right, and then we assign a value to the element which is in this structure. Some integer value we will assign and we will link it. So struct node pointer temp, and struct node pointer start. Start is equal to 0 initially because there is no node, and then we declare a temporary node. How to declare a temporary node in C? Temp equal to struct node pointer malloc size of struct node. That it will be, temp is a node of type structure and the memory allocated should be of the same type of the node. Alright, this is how we declare it. Then we ask the user to enter an element. So enter an element in the linked list. Scanf percentage the n% element, the user will enter that element, and then in the EL part of the node temp we will store the element value. Suppose user enter 5, so this 5 will go to the EL part, and temp arrow next equal to null because this becomes the first node of the list, and then start should point to this temp only. So start equal to temp. So start, if start equal to 0, start equal to temp. So these are the 4 steps that we did. The first step is declare the structure of the node and assign memory. Second is store an element into it. Third is after interacting with the user, put the element into the node, and fourth is point start to this node. So these are the steps. We declare the node, int el, struct node pointer next, and then struct node pointer temp, struct node pointer start equal to 0 initially, temp equal to struct node pointer malloc size of struct node. We are initializing some memory and keeping it aside for temp, and then we take the value of element to be entered and we put that value in temp arrow el, and temp arrow next should be null because it is the first and last element of the list, and then start should point to temp. Done. This is how we create a linked list with the first node. All right, now we already have a node and we want to add another node at the beginning. So we will create a new node. Every time we create a new node, this is how it is done. Struct node pointer new node equal to, we assign memory to it, struct node pointer malloc size of struct node. Then we take the value from the user and we put that value new node arrow el equal to element. All right, and then since this should be the first node, it should point to the current first node of the list. So this should be the first node, so we should say that new node arrow next should be equal to start because start contains this node which is already there, and I want to add this to the second node now. Why 5 should become second and 10 should become first. So first thing that we are doing is in the new node next we should have 5, and where is the address of 5? In the start. So that is what we have written, new node arrow next equal to start, and then start should point to this new node, so we will point start equal to new node. So these are the steps which are to be done. So this is start should be equal to new node and new node connect should be equal to 5. So first step should be that we should put this next to start because start was pointing to 5, and then the second step should be that we should take, see, this should be the first step, new node arrow next should point to 5, and then start should point here because this address was earlier stored in start. This address was pointed to by start. So what we will write down? We will write down new node arrow next equal to start, and then we will say start equal to new node. If we do vice versa, then things will not work. All right. So these are the steps that we must perform. So thank you so much. Now we will discuss other operations in the next video.